cars were backed up out of New Hartford Shopping Center all the way out across Campion Road, over the ramp, up the ramp, down Route 8. And that's just that side. It was backed up from the other side as you're going over near Props and over in that entrance. That was back down, up down into the Village. People were waiting 90 minutes to bring over their electronic recyclables.
They thought it was Joe Griffo autograph session.
I'm glad I had my bike. That's all I'm going to say.
The senator is, and you didn't get a picture? You had your bike, but you didn't get a picture?
I didn't have my phone on.
Oh. The senator is on the line right now, Senator Joe Griffo.
Good morning, guys. How are you? It wasn't everybody trying to get their bets in for the Derby.
Actually, they were upset because they couldn't get their bets in.
Well, it was difficult, and we had an overwhelming response. There were a number of factors that had contributed, unfortunately, to delays. We've done this now over 6 years, and everything has always moved along smoothly. But this year, and a lot of people keep asking whether or not we can continue to do more events. We'd love to. We used to do 2 a year, but many of the companies involved are unable to come together to put this on. We believe this is still a very good event for the community and the environment. So we had an overwhelming response. The weather, as you know, Saturday was a little difficult. There were a few accidents, unfortunately, around the vicinity that contributed to this. We had some equipment resource issues going on, and one of the machines broke down. So you put it all together, and it made for some long delays, unfortunately. It's an inconvenience to people. I apologize for that. We did speak to New Hartford Police before the event. Our office coordinated with the New Hartford Police and with the New Hartford Shopping Center. But despite those efforts, we encountered that. Most people, though, Bill, I think overall were in a pretty good mood and dealt with it. There were a few that were irate, but we're going to obviously look at this. We'll have to look at a number of possibilities and options that exist, different day, hours, place. So we'll take a look at this now, talking to the officials that were involved.
I do kind of wonder about the irate part, and I think, how would I react if it was my wedding day and I'm trying to get to my over to Ava Tulo's to pick up my tuxedo, and would I be freaking out? Actually, looking back on it, I'd probably be like,
should have picked it up early.
I'm joking. But I mean, you're trying, I hate to say that. I'm defending you here, Joe. You're trying to do something positive, and the response is really overwhelming, and people are flipping out. I mean, we saw the same thing when the gas truck overturned, because there were traffic delays. People were flipping off the firefighters, and I mean, people got to just relax a little bit here.
Yeah, you have busy lives, and there are a lot of things going on, and unfortunately, when you're stuck, and you don't anticipate that, because we've always had events where it's run very smooth. But as I said, even with the overwhelming response, it was way more than everybody anticipated, including the New Hartford Police Department. In fact, the sergeant on the scene had said, "Wow, this is I've lost track of the numbers, because there was so many people." And I think they did an extraordinary job given the circumstances, too. And they had a couple of incidents that they had to respond to as well that contributed to some of the backup. But, overall the people were pleasant, thankful, appreciative of what we were trying to do. And I understand that. I mean, people are impatient. We have busy lives. It's just a couple of them got a little, more than irate to people that they were interacting with. And we had a lot of volunteers there, too. And I think we can always use more, but we had the Veterans Outreach Center there, Boy Scouts, the Future Farmers of America. So there's a lot of good people trying to help do something good for our community, too. And making it a one-stop, I think, makes it difficult because you really got to do a lot while you were there, dispose of medication, take care of confidential documents, to have them shredded, as well as get rid of electronics. But the good news is a lot of people took advantage of it, and we'll take a look at some of the problems and try to ensure that doesn't happen again. And I would love to see more of these, but unfortunately, working with some of these companies now, because they come from outside our area, like from Rochester, out west, New York, and it's more difficult now.
So have you seen this resolution where some of the counties, one of them I believe in particular is Madison County, saying that the new law is putting a real stress and a burden on counties because we're having a difficulty in dealing with some of these electronics. Are you familiar with this at all?
I am not at this point in time, but obviously there's always a challenge when we're looking at removal of equipment and household items right now. And I know we have here in Oneida County, Herkimer County Solid Waste Disposal Agency does a very good job. And there are ways you can get rid of some of this stuff, but we try to do it in a one-stop kind of situation and make it easy.
Maybe somebody's saying here, maybe Griffiths would be the place to do it, especially after they're done with the construction going on out there, and there's a ton of construction happening with adding roundabouts and everything. But you never would have thought that New Hartford Shopping Center couldn't handle it until this year.
Correct, and we've always, as I said, people that have gone through this have never had a bad experience. In fact, that's what they like about it, that everything moves very quickly, you get rid of things, but things happen, and maybe it was because it's a one-time. And the good news is people actually paid attention when we indicated through, like your show and through the mail, that this is a one-time only, and I think many people said that they wanted to make sure they got rid of their stuff. So that's I guess if you look at it from a positive perspective, something good was done, and we'll learn from the mistakes. And I, again, apologize for the inconvenience we may have caused people or any disruption in business. And we'll do better. I
just wanted to make one note. I bring all of my old electronics and I pile it in the equipment room here at the radio station. The station thinks it's theirs. I go my merry way, and everything's taken care of, Joe.
You know, Senator, the phrase "great idea, don't ever do it again" comes to mind in this situation. So you got to work the kinks out, but obviously it's a good event.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the time to explain what happened, and look forward to seeing you soon.
I will say I have never seen traffic like that in New Hartford. It was really something. So
made you remember Woodstock, huh, Bill?
Yeah, it did. I thought I was going out to get my meatballs, to try to sell meatballs to every car. So. All right, Joseph, thanks so much.
Have a good week.
Senator Joe Griffo. I refer to that, and that's right out here, right outside our studio. What I'm referring to is the woman who owned the diner over here. She made thousands of dollars of meatballs, and they expected traffic to be coming in, and it did. Keep in mind, almost 500,000 people attended Woodstock at Griffiths. So she had all of these meatballs, and traffic was coming in, and they did such a great job dealing with traffic. It just flowed right on through. Nobody stopped. There weren't any traffic jams, and all those vendors went, and they ended up eating everything. Literally, I'm afraid.